This is Scott Reeder from Fireball Ministry, and you are watching for BassPlayersOnly.com.
Hi everyone, John Liebman here. You're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com. Coming to you on location today from Hollywood, California. From sunny, beautiful Hollywood, California, with sunny, beautiful special guest Scott Reeder. What's happening, Scott?
Oh, just trying to stay out of the sun. It's pretty sunny.
Well, I tell you, you know what? I'll take it. Even in the shade, it could be a lot worse. It's always nice. It's almost always nice in Southern California.
It's perfect right now, actually.
It is. Perfect is good. You know, we did an interview not all that long ago. We were hanging out together at one of the Warwick base camps
in Markneukirchen.
That's what I was going to say. Markneukirchen, Germany.
Perfect pronunciation.
Okay, you do it, but you sound more German-like when you do it, but I don't normally do a follow-up interview so quickly. You know, it was over a year ago that we did the interview, unless there is, you know, big-time far-out news. And in your case, there is. Been busy. You've got a new album with Fireball Ministry.
Yep.
And you have that new 8-string bass, and you were, I could barely get you to stay in your seat when you were describing it because you were so excited.
I think when we met before, I had just seen it on the paint rack, and that was the first time I'd seen it, just like maybe an hour before we spoke.
Okay, and it is an 8-string lefty bass.
Yes,
and
very weird.
I would imagine it's everything that you imagined it would be, maybe even more.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. The chiming harmonics and just the fat tone. Even going through an overdrive, there's just something about having that octave that makes it super thick. And it's like playing a cheese grater, though. If I don't play it for a while, my fingers get soft. I need to practice.
Is it used on the new album?
Yes.
Okay.
Bit.
Remember the Story is the title of the album, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that just came out when?
October 6th. We played at Amoeba Records right across the street from where we are right now.
Yes.
On October 5th, the day after my 30th wedding anniversary. And then the day after the record came out, we played the Cal Jam 17 with Foo Fighters, Queens of the Stone Age, Bob Mould, a gazillion bands. It was amazing.
Well, tell us a little bit about that. So you hung out with Dave Grohl and Mikey Shoes and all those guys?
Oh, yeah. Our band, pretty tight with those guys. You know, my old bandmate is Josh from Queens of the Stone Age. And so we got to camp out the night before. And we
mean literally camp out?
Well, it was in a fancy motorhome.
Gotcha.
Glamping. And there was a barbecue that was basically just our three bands. So, yeah, had some quality time with the Foos and the Queens and our families. And it was that was my favorite part of the whole festival, was just that night before, just chilling.
What part of California is that?
It was in San Bernardino.
Okay.
At the San Manuel Amphitheater, where the Ozfest is going on today. With a lot of my friends are playing there today, and I was torn. But I had to be here. I wouldn't feel right not being here.
Sure. No, it sounds like a great experience. Let's go back to talking about your Warwick bass again, because I'm pretty sure we talked about this in the last interview, but I still just can't get my head around it. I've been interviewing, for some reason, a lot of left-handed bass players lately. Jimmy Haslip from the Yellow Jackets invited us out to his house last year, and you know, they're different types of lefty bass players. Like you got your Paul McCartney, who would play lefty, but he would string it like a bass player would expect to string a bass. And Doug Pinnick, who I ran into earlier, same thing. John Patitucci, a jazz player, is left-handed, but he does everything like a righty. You wouldn't even know he was left-handed if you didn't know he was left-handed. You, and there's another interview I did with Jason Christopher from Prong and Sebastian Bach and all the stuff he did with Corey Taylor. And he plays bass like a lefty, but he's also a very fine acoustic guitar player. He plays a guitar lefty, but he plays the guitar upside down. So he'll play the bass, he'll play a lefty bass, but he'll play a righty guitar upside down. He said when he was a kid, a lot of his friends were guitar players, and they wouldn't let him restring their guitars, which I can understand.
Same here.
But he asked for his mom for a bass, and she got him, he's a lefty, so she got him a lefty bass. So he plays bass like a lefty, but he plays guitar like a righty lefty.
Okay, that hurts my head.
Now you do it the righty lefty. You do not restring your bass when you play lefty, right?
Correct, and that's because my grandpa played guitar and my dad played guitar, and I would sneak around and just flip it over. I wasn't going to restring it. I'd get in big trouble. So yeah, I learned to play lefty but strung backwards. It makes perfect sense for me. There's probably some weird things that I can do that might be difficult to replicate, but there's a lot of stuff that I can't do, like the popping and slapping. I know it can be done, but it's
Jimmy Haslip's got his own. I asked him specifically about that technique, and he showed me something that he does. It's not exactly like a traditional slapper would do. Yesterday, I happened to be at Stick Enterprises. Emmett Chapman, inventor of the Chapman stick.
Yes.
We were at his place. It was actually his house for about 3 hours yesterday, and he was showing us the sticks. They come in 8-string, 10-string, or 12-string. Now the bottom strings, the bottom half are tuned in fifths, and the top half are tuned in fourths. So my mind continues to get blown by things.
I wonder if I could just grab a right standard one and play that, or if there's some weird stuff sticking out. Because I've picked up a sitar before, and I can't just flip that over because all the tuning pegs are on the side.
Yes.
They're right there. It doesn't work.
Well, go into Guitar Center, see if they have any left-handed sitars.
Yeah, strung right-handed.
There you go.
Yeah, so there are curses, but there are blessings.
Yes. Well, tell us what else is going on right now. I know you've been busy. What else is keeping you busy now that you've got the new bass, you've got the new record? What else is going on?
I've played on a lot of weird little projects. I sang on a song about Standing Rock about a year ago when the Standing Rock thing was going on. That hasn't come out yet. It's with a band called Sons of Alpha Centauri. I just played bass on a solo record by Rob Dukes, who was the singer of Exodus.
Okay.
There's a Bassist Alliance record that's coming out. I know Jeff Huell is one of the organizers of this thing.
Oh, yeah. Jeff Huell, 6 Feet Under.
Yes, yes. So I did a piece with Jeff.
I interviewed him on that same trip to Germany.
Yeah.
And what was that city in Germany?
Mark Neukirchen.
There you go. That's about how I say it.
Yeah, I think that's close enough. And I do another piece with Leonid Maximov from Russia. We did a thing called Tapping Wires.
Okay.
Doesn't mean anything.
Is there any tapping like a guitar player or a bass player would think of tapping?
There's tapping on our...
Okay.
Yeah.
So it does mean something.
But there was a little double entendre there.
Gotcha.
With all the things going on with this Russian collusion.
Gotcha. Well, what about the future? I mean, can you? How far into the future can you see about what else is coming up? Whether something you know about or something you just would like to do that you haven't done yet?
I'm trying to just stay in the moment. There's a lot of touring plans coming up, East Coast and Europe, and nothing set in stone right now, but there's stuff in the works. And I just got a crazy show offer a couple of minutes ago from somebody here that I can't go into, but it's pretty exciting. It's been a good day.
Well, you just opened it up for another follow-up interview, which I have a feeling we might have reason to do sooner rather than later.
It's going to be amazing if this thing happens. It's an idea right now, and if it comes to fruition, it's going to be amazing.
Well, great. Well, congratulations on all your success, and good luck with the new record from Fireball Ministry, which is called Remember the Story, Fireball Ministry, with our good friend Scott Reeder on location in beautiful, sunny Hollywood, California.
Smell it.
I'm John Liebman. You're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.